Welcome back to WrestleMania, and coming up next, it is the I Quit match for Retribution. That is what the name of the game is for Triple H. He goes in there against the man who ran him over and took a year away from his career, that man being Kevin Owens, and we're going to show you why exactly Kevin Owens concocted this master plan to take out the game. Here's a little story for all of you. I was approached by the NLW commissioner. The plan was simple: take out the leader of the resistance that took his livelihood away. I got behind the wheel of that truck and ran down Triple H. And then at the Royal Rumble, the mighty Triple H made his return. But the question was on everybody's minds: who took out the game? CM Punk? Shawn Michaels? Hell, Triple H was turning on his own friends in X-Pac. He didn't know who to trust anymore. And I must admit, seeing you go on a wild goose chase was amusing to me at first, but the commissioner was becoming agitated. The payments stopped coming in, and so I decided to reveal to the world that it was me all along. It's nothing personal to me, Triple H. It's just what's, how you say, best for business. WrestleMania, Triple H. You and me, I Quit match. If I have to go back there and beat up every single wrestler to get a confession, I'll do it. I want to hear you. After a long, year-long quest to seek the truth, I want to verbally hear you. Tell me that you give up. I'll ruin WrestleMania because this isn't business. This is personal. Just remember, it's not about you, and it never has been. Take the beating like a man and fight me. It's all over, Triple H. Fight me! I guess we'll see who's gonna quit at WrestleMania. Try and not get hurt before then, huh? And that has led us to this point right now here tonight. Finally, it's going to be settled. An I Quit match between Triple H and the man that ran him down, the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. It was a couple of weeks back that the man behind the whole orchestration of this elaborate setup, the commissioner, was bloodied and battered in the parking lot, and all that was left, apart from a bloody windshield, was a sledgehammer. So we know what this entire situation has done to the psyche of Triple H and what Triple H is capable of. If he did that to the commissioner, just imagine what he's going to do to Kevin Owens here tonight. The crowd is certainly amped to see this man back in action on pay-per-view again. This is the first time that Triple H has appeared on pay-per-view since last WrestleMania. And that was the catalyst for why he was ran over. He ended the commissioner's spell in power along with Team NLW. And that is why he hired Kevin Owens and made the deal, and, well, we heard what Kevin Owens had to say about the whole situation. He explained it in detail on episode 45 of Metal, but right now, the time for talk is over, as you can see, with that super kick kickstarting this I Quit match. Into the post goes Triple H, and then sent into the announce table. And here comes Triple H. Series of shots. Remember, no disqualifications, no countouts. Only way to win is to make your opponent say, I quit. Just two simple words. And now Triple H choking Kevin Owens with a camera cable, but there's the ring bell off the skull, and again. Oh, not a powerbomb. Not a powerbomb on the apron, but a backdrop. Narrowly avoids it. Owens back in the ring. Here comes Triple H, and there's the highly race-like knee to the skull of Kevin Owens. And this, make no mistake about it, it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be an out-and-out fight. And Triple H would have it any other way. He gets booted over the top though. And Kevin Owens, where's he going now? Triple H with a chair. Kevin Owens runs, but runs into a steel chair off the skull from the game. Weapons galore. In this matchup, as Triple H wails on the spine of Kevin Owens with that solid steel chair, and oh my god, look at that. He's placed a chair over the neck of Kevin Owens, and this psychotic madman wants to break the neck of Owens, but Owens sees Triple H on the top rope and hits him with the chair, a flying chair. And Owens going to the top rope. Fisherman Buster from the top onto that steel chair. Kevin Owens may be the hunted here tonight, but that doesn't mean he's not as vicious as Triple H. He's not as sadistic as Triple H. We found that out in recent weeks, but look at that. The Fisherman Buster on the steel chair. And now that Singapore cane, brought out by Owens, but a basement dropkick. And now Triple H ripping apart the announce table. And a monitor off the skull. Ramming that TV monitor into the face of Owens. And on the announce table, gonna go for the pedigree, gonna drive Owens now a low blow. And that sweeps the leg. We knew when we went into this matchup that it wasn't going to be for the weak of heart, but Kevin Owens tried to cave in Triple H's skull with that chair. But the game moved, but he couldn't avoid that. Sent into the steel steps. And Owens picking up the steel stairs and across the skull. And again overhead, drives them into the back of the head of Triple H. And what is this now? He's bringing out a table from underneath the ring, but you know what? The damage may have already been done with those steel stair shots, and look at that, just throwing the table onto Triple H, and coming at him with a senton, driving all of his weight onto that table, onto the prone body of Triple H. But you can see that he's thrown the table in the ring, and God only knows what Kevin Owens is planning right now. He's placed that table with the chair legs, or should say the table legs, facing outwards. Not a cannonball from Owens, but Triple H avoids it with the clothesline. And he has a hold of that Singapore cane and comes off the skull with a series of shots. Now going to choke him out with a bamboo. Choking out Owens and drives him into the canvas. The chair placed in the corner now from the game. And what is that? There's a steel chain from Triple H and using it to pound the skull in of Kevin Owens, but Owens reverses to the game into the steel chair in the corner. Owens battered with that steel chain and then the cannonball to a standing Triple H. Well, he ain't standing anymore. Now Owens brings in those heavy duty steel steps. What's the plan now? Not a powerbomb. A powerbomb to Triple H. Maybe no, a backdrop. A backdrop and a knee. And dragging Owens. And the name of the game, no pun intended, is to make your opponent say I quit. And Triple H is punishing Kevin Owens with this Indian Deathlock. And he's got it locked in, but Owens with a Singapore cane and the cane off the skull. But a back elbow. Misses the punch though, it has him blocked. And Owens going to run at the game. And a spine buster! Through the table. And not only that, it wasn't even through the wooden part. It was through the steel frame of the table. And that has to hurt 10 times as much. And he went for the pedigree, but Owens slithered out of the ring like a snake. The snake in the grass and the... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God. What is that? That's a barbed wire baseball bat off the head. And again. And now raking that barbed wire across the flesh of the game. Vicious is Owens. Triple H has to be busted open right now, you imagine. And there's the Hoshigoroshi. After he gets that barbed wire bat raked across his face. But Owens on the top rope. Kevin Owens, swanton! But Triple H had the knees up. Now Triple H has that barbed wire bat and you can see the lacerations on his forehead. And but misses. The headbutt from Kevin Owens goes to the pop-up bomb, but a shot with that bat. And now, pedigree. The pop-up powerbomb was stopped by a bloody Triple H with the barbed wire bat and more tables being brought into play right now. This is not the wrestling classic of a Brock Lesnar Shinsuke Nakamura. This is much different, much more personal, if possible. And Triple H looks for the suplex, but a brainbuster on the apron. Needless to say, it's the hardest part of the ring, and he just got dropped head first. Oh my god, no! Oh, package power driver! Package power driver off the apron! Through the freaking table! Driving him! Neck first! Through the wood to the floor below. Absolutely brutal from Kevin Owens as we take a look at the replay again. Package pile driver off the apron through the table, and Kevin Owens now back in the ring. If that's not going to make Triple H quit, I don't know what will. But now he's got the handcuffs, and he's handcuffed Triple H to the top rope, and he is helpless for God's sake. And I understand that's the name of this game, but he is wailing on Triple H in a super kick to a man who's all tied up in the ropes. But unlocks the handcuffs and again placing him. And now a couple of body shots to a prone game. Triple H helpless.
Game, it's a simple choice. One, you say you quit, or I beat your ass with this cane. What's it gonna be?
Well, I guess we had our answer, and now wailing across the body of Triple H. He spat in the face of Kevin Owens, defiantly not quitting. Oh, but a low blow out of desperation. And look at that strength to lift his arms free. But he's still handcuffed and couldn't defend himself from the kendo stick. Now he's lying back on the table. Owens gonna run off the apron, senton, misses, crashes and burns through the table. But Triple H still the proverbial crimson mask upon his face. And I think he's managed to unlock himself from the handcuffs. He's managed to get himself free at least. But those body shots were, well, they were something else. Well, we'll take a look at the replay of this. The move that got Triple H back into the contest. Owens misses the senton off the ropes. I should say off the apron, and crashes and burns. And what is this now? Triple H with a black bag. What's this about? Oh my god. That's thumbtacks. Not going to go for a pedigree on the thumbtacks, but a backdrop by Kevin Owens. And Owens back to his feet, and so is Triple H, but a punch by the game. And now he's on it. Oh, for the love of God. Oh my god. Pop-up powerbomb onto the thumbtacks. And oh, there you see him.
Had enough yet, Hunter? Triple H, you quit right now, or I'll cave in your skull with this chair.
Well, Owens threatening Triple H, and a chair shot to the skull. Triple H, well, he's a human pincushion. Right now, those pins and tacks sticking out of him, but Owens had him locked in the handcuffs, but now he's biting him in the ass. He's getting choked out by those handcuffs now, and Triple H, handcuffed, delivers the pedigree on those steel steps. Triple H wasn't going to quit with a couple of tacks sticking into his skin. Now he's going to try and free himself from those handcuffs. He's got the key. And what is the plan now? What do you do if you're Triple H? And Owens is locked. Owens has been handcuffed to Triple H, and he can't run, he can't hide, he's being pummeled and now choked out by a man who's covered in blood, by a man man who's got tags sticking out of him. He's being choked out by Triple H, and this may be the final straw for Kevin Owens. He's got a hand on that chair and now stomps on it. Stops Kevin Owens from getting that chair.
Hunter, please. I've had enough.
What?
I'm done. I'm so sorry. I've made a dumb mistake. You're right. You need to deal with the commissioner. You've already done that. He made me do it.
Owens?
I just wish you could forgive me.
He's begging.
This is entirely out of proportion.
He's begging
I used my
Triple
family
H
to cover for my actions in a scumbag move. It was never worth it. I'm so sorry. Just...
Oh no, he swerved. And the pop-up powerbomb to a handcuffed Triple H onto the steel steps. First a low blow with a microphone, and finally he frees himself. For Kevin Owens' sake, he's very lucky that he did. But take a look at this again. Owens showing remorse, but it was just a swerve for this. The low blow with a microphone, and then following the cheap shot, the pop-up powerbomb, and now, as if things couldn't get any worse, Triple H has been handcuffed with his hands tied behind his back, and is there any need for this? I guess Kevin Owens thinks so. A series of shots with a steel chair.
Just give up, you egotistical bastard, and the beatings will stop.
Well, Triple H saying, no, don't quit. Oh my God. Chair off the skull. Well, Triple H was telling the ref, don't stop this match. Whatever you do, I am not quitting. And Owens is pissed off now, and... Oh, good Lord, no. What is this? Is that a sheet of glass? A pane of glass. Triple H bloodied. He's got his hands tied behind his back, and now glass has been brought into this. But Triple H fighting back. Triple H trying to bite Owens. Biting him is a desperation tactic, and... Oh, for God's sake. No, my Lord! For God's sake! What more do you have to do? Please just quit. A freaking pop-up powerbomb through a glass sheet. And he's not given any sign that he wants to quit yet. For some reason, look at that. He couldn't even protect his head because he had his arms tied behind his back with the handcuffs, and he... Oh, for the love of God. Now, tacks and glass, and now a sledgehammer. Just end it, please. Just quit, Hunter.
Calmer's a bitch, Hunter, so save yourself, at least for your family, and say you quit. Screw you, go ahead and hit me!
No, please, don't. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, no. Oh, for God's sake, a pile driver. A package pile driver on glass shards.
You've had your chance, Triple H. Say goodbye to your fans. Say goodbye to your family. Say goodbye to your career.
Please, Triple H, somebody has to throw in the towel, please. It's getting uncomfortable. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it makes me sick. It makes me sick to see this son of a bitch cave in the man's skull. I don't care if he hasn't quit yet. Just end the match, please. Oh, no. He's defenseless, he's helpless. Please end it. Just end it, please.
God damn it, I quit.
Oh, quit. Thank God. It's over. He lost. Yeah? I don't care. I just wanted it to end. I think... You know what? I don't think any of us expected this. I don't think any of us expected to walk into WrestleMania here tonight and see that play out before our eyes. Well, he powerbombed him through glass. He hammered him in the head twice. More than that, I think. A pile driver onto shards of glass, and Triple H, I don't even know if he knew where he was, but he's no less of a man for quitting. In fact, he should have quit earlier. And you know what? Maybe Kevin Owens is right. Maybe he was too egotistical. But you know what? That man, Kevin Owens, took away a year of Triple H's career. And for that, He is a total and complete scumbag. And Triple H, even if it wasn't the smartest decision, can you blame him for wanting this match here tonight? But it's going to end with him getting stretched out. And I just hope and pray that Kevin Owens is proud of himself for what he's done.
Bullet Club, set for life.
So here we are, the grand stage of them all, WrestleMania. And tonight, we have a six-man war with the Balor Club. A war that was instigated by you guys, not us. Now Carl and Luke, those so-called good brothers, sold out on us, but Finn, we did not expect the same from you. Hell, we could have worked with you. You were jealous of our success, jealous that I took the Bullet Club in Japan to a whole new level, jealous that I've won numerous world titles here, that the Bucks have won tag team titles here, and you've accomplished nothing. Well, tonight, that trend for you continues. No doubt, you guys are great athletes, but you're not phenomenal. You're not world-changing like the Bucks and AJ Styles. You see, you wanted to be the leader of your own clique, and that's fine. But as soon as you start stepping on our toes to try and get to the next level, that's when we have a problem. Tonight, at WrestleMania, we put an end to your so-called club and your fantasy. And this time, beating you is going to be just too sweet. Well, AJ Styles and the Young Bucks are certainly not lacking in confidence, but can they back it up in the ring? We're about to find out as we prepare for six-man tag team action here at WrestleMania. Our thoughts are with Triple H at this difficult time. However, this is the show of shows and we must move on to this war between two of Metal's top factions. But in both these teams' minds, there can only be one. In their minds, there is only room for one. Styles was right. Him and the Bucks did not start this. It was Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows joining the corporate faction, which ultimately led to Finn Balor becoming disenfranchised with his teammates in AJ Styles and the Young Bucks, feeling like he wasn't as part of the Bullet Club as they were, and sought a new beginning. He sought to become the leader of his own group. And that's why we have this match here tonight. The red haze comes across the arena. But we're not dealing with a leader tonight. We're dealing with a demon. He's locked up. He's chained and ready to be unleashed. Here tonight, the new leader of the newly formed Balor Club on Metal. Finn Balor went to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson and said, I will give you direction. And that is exactly what has led them to this matchup here tonight. They sought to take out the Lucha Dragons, they very nearly did that. That was a couple weeks ago, and recently on Metal, Matt Jackson, I believe, had his ankle nearly shattered with a wrench, and the doctors have given him the all clear to compete here tonight. But we wonder how it's going to play into the action here tonight. Certainly AJ Styles and Finn Balor wanting to get their hands on each other. They start this matchup as AJ elbows himself free. Whip off the ropes, the leapfrog. Balor comes off the ropes and a beautiful drop kick. The former NLW World Champion now applying the headlock to the Demon Finn Balor. And the Young Bucks also former NLW Tag Team Champions. And no doubt, if the Balor Club continue on the roll they've been on as of late, with a win here tonight, Gallows and Anderson could be on their way to becoming tag champions, but we'll see after this matchup. Gets rolled up by Nick Jackson, who makes the tag to Matt, his brother. A spin kick, and now held across the knee, and a neck breaker across the knee of Matt Jackson, and that's the double team tactics they've been using throughout their lives and careers. These two California boys. There's a back rake, and the German in for the cover, but a kick out by Carl. They tore it up in New Japan. They're tearing it up here at WrestleMania. Spreads the legs. Nick gonna dive, but no. Gets pulled out of the ring by Finn Balor.
And in the ring, here comes Luke Gallows with a brutal clothesline. I believe that Luke is the legal man now. And if he's not, who cares? He certainly is now. And a stomp into the barricade. Meanwhile, Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers, double team with the knee drop across the knee of Gallows. Onto Matt Jackson. AJ Styles, meanwhile, checking on his fallen brethren, Nick Jackson. And now that Matt Jackson's been isolated like he was isolated last week with the attack with the wrench. And now a chop to the chest. A reverse of the whip. And look at that! My God, what a stomp! Right to the chest, a pop-up, and a stomp from Finn Balor. That is the vicious nature of the Bullet Club. And many say that Bullet Club hasn't been the same since, well, Finn Balor left. After all, he used to be the leader. He was the one who founded the whole thing. But there you see a DDT from Matt. Gets free, and now makes the tag to the phenomenal AJ Styles, who comes at Luke, the big 7-footer, with a series of shots and strikes. Now Gallows being checked over by Anderson on the outside. AJ, though, comes off the ropes, and here at WrestleMania with a fast-speed flop over the top rope, comes crashing down onto Balor Club. And there's a leader in the ring, Finn Balor, showing his grit. And now he's coming off the ropes, and the tope con hero. Not only wiping out AJ Styles, but wiping out his own teammates. And that leaves the Bucks alone, standing in the middle of the ring. Matt Jackson offers an opening and a corkscrew dive. Corkscrew plancher by Nick Jackson. What a chaotic start to this six-man war. And we would have expected no less from these six combatants. AJ going after Luke Gallows. They're both the legal men at the moment. But the Bucks did a lot of damage to the Balor Club. And the Bullet Club are the ones who've got the momentum on their side. Well, first the fast-speed flop from AJ, and then the tope from Finn Balor, and finally this beautiful corkscrew dive from the Young Bucks. And Gallows, center of the ring. AJ feeling like a phenomenal forearm, but gets booted off the top rope. Loses his balance. And now Finn Balor dragging out AJ. And a brutal kick across the apron. Like a shotgun. Careening off the chest, and now that Finn Balor's made the tag on the shoulders of Big Luke. And the Finn again with a goddamn stomp right across the chest. Turning AJ Styles inside out. And that must have been about a 10-foot drop from where Finn Balor stomped the chest in of AJ Styles. And being a former Money in the Bank Hardcore and NLW World Champion isn't doing much for AJ at the moment, as Finn Balor locks in this leg hold, almost like an Indian deathlock or a reverse figure four, but at least AJ could get to the ropes in the nick of time. But he desperately needs the tag, and the Young Bucks see that on the outside. But AJ springs to the second rope, moonsault, seamless transition into the neck breaker. Is that the amount of separation and the time that he needs to make a tag? He's certainly hurt from all those stomps. Can he make it there? No! Carl Anderson makes the tag and delivers a single leg drop kick. Finn Balor catches his breath, no pun intended. But now dragged to the center of the ring in the Pele. Pele to Anderson, and in comes Nick. Nick Jackson to the Young Bucks with a super kick. Super kick to Big Luke, and a back kick from Balor. But here comes Nick with a Pele of his own. The Enziguri. Luke Gallows on the outside. Nick, though, comes back in with a face buster. Goes to the apron. And a tornado DDT onto the hard concrete below. Now the Young Bucks looking to double team in the center of the ring. Luke Gallows on the outside. Carl Anderson picked up for the buckle bomb kick combo. Now draped across that second rope. And Nick with a swanton. Dropping all of his body weight onto Carl Anderson. And the sharpshooter being applied, but here comes Balor. Balor with a sharpshooter of his own. Onto Nick Jackson. Balor and Matt with their own variations of the sharpshooter. Both of them screaming out in pain. Dual sharpshooters at the moment. But who's going to give up? They both got them locked in tight. But who is giving up? And now this. Now they're trading shots within arm's reach, and a boot from Gallows. But a phenomenal forearm from AJ Styles, and now takes out Luke. And now the Styles Clash, maybe no. Trying to fight out. Run into a wire of his own. Good lord, what athleticism. And a huge missile drop kick from Finn Balor to AJ Styles. Styles looked like he got shot out of a cannon. Into the corner, and a pop-up into a spine buster. Balor popped up. Matt Jackson has set him up for the spine buster, and now AJ being worked over. Not the magic killer here, but a super kick from Nick and a DDT from AJ Styles. With all of this commotion, I don't know who the legal men are. I believe that it's Carl Anderson and Nick Jackson at the moment who are the legal men, but maybe Balor's the legal man at the moment. He got the tag, but I don't think that Matt and Nick saw it. They didn't see that Balor made the tag, and the Meltzer driver. And now picks up for the Styles Clash and in for the cover, but as we mentioned, Balor got the sneak tag, and Bullet Club don't know that Balor's the legal man, but they feel they got screwed out of the chance to win this match here. And now the referee busy trying to control the action on the outside. Referee momentarily distracted, but Nick trying to get his attention. What the hell? What is this? Oh my... Who was that? It's the bad boy! The bad boy Tonga and a stomp! The referee didn't see his interference, and neither did Nick Jackson in the Bloody Sunday.
2, 3.
And the Balor Club going to get the victory here because of the interference of that man. Is he? I had no idea he was under contract. In fact, he's certainly not. Otherwise, I would have been told about it. But he came through the crowd, hit the gun stun, and with that, the Balor Club has defeated the Bullet Club here tonight. We'll take a look at the closing moments. The Young Bucks hit the Meltzer driver and then the Styles Clash from Styles. However, Carl Anderson was not the legal man. They didn't know this, and while the referee was checking on the action on the outside, Tama Tonga snuck in, hit the gun stun, and then Nick Jackson got laid out with a Bloody Sunday, and that was all she wrote. And why is Tama Tonga celebrating with the Balor Club as if they knew this was going to happen all along? Well, maybe it was. Maybe that was the plan from the beginning. The Balor Club were going to bring out Tama Tonga as a secret weapon and ensure that they won this fight. But I'm not so sure that they've won the war here tonight. Well, AJ Styles and the Young Bucks get screwed over here tonight at WrestleMania, and the Balor Club stands tall with a new member, it seems, in the form of the bad boy, Tama Tonga. Well, folks, an incredible lineup. We're officially halfway through WrestleMania, and we've still got this huge dream match encounter to come. The Cleaner Kenny Omega, the American Dragon Daniel Bryan. This takes place up next.
Brother Nero, I have spoken with the 7 deities, and our next opponents are not far.
I hope you two are ready for the beating of your lives. Dudley's throw them in the lake of reincarnation. I love to dance! Oh, this is great!
My name is
Oh, brothers and sisters of the congregation, God is tired of your sinful ways, oh, testify.
1, 2, 3.